Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're looking at yet another bluezilla launchpad called Velaspad. Velaspad. Let me actually pronounce these things right because you guys have been telling me that I've been pronouncing things wrong. I have. I'm sorry. So let's kick it off right. You guys, I'm going to try to give you guys as much value as possible as always, so stay tuned. Okay, so Velaspad, like I said before, is yet another bluezilla launchpad. This time it is on the Velas network. So, I mean, it's interesting to see. I can start off right away with saying that the community sentiment on here and on bluezilla in general isn't the most positive. There's a lot of people that say that bluezilla is a scam, and there's a lot of people that say that Velaspad is a scam, but we're not going to look at the opinions of people on Twitter, okay? We're going to look at the launchpad and make our own judgment. So sit tight, grab some coffee, let's get into it. So Velaspad looking really cool here at the homepage. Obviously, bluezilla is known for making some amazing websites, so that is not a big stunner. Obviously, they are going to come up with something beautiful. So built on the Solana codebase, but augmented with a custom-built AI-powered proof of stake. AIDPOS consensus system. Velas is designed to support the next generation of decentralized applications. Okay, fair enough. Introducing Velaspad. Velaspad is designed with a singular purpose in mind to help fund and support the development of the generation of blockchain projects. So I would like to point out that this, for the most part, is kind of fluff. Like I said before, yes, every launchpad has this mission, so it's not really it doesn't feel like a very unique mission. With the Velas blockchain moving to the mainnet, there's an incredibly rare opportunity to not only help guide the direction of the massively capable Velas Chain, but also help seed its ecosystem and grassroots. Okay, sure. All right, so they're cross-chain. Obviously, they're doing a lot of things with Solana, of course, being a Velas launchpad. What started with BSC pad before expanding widely successful of ETHpad and TronPad, our Velaspad based launchpad will continue our next plans for the next wave of innovation. Yeah, of course, those are all bluezilla launchpads, and calling them successes, well, I mean, it really does depend. They have shown successes, but overall, the community sentiment on bluezilla is very much mixed. Overall, the cliffs are very, very long, so people have to hold their coins and for a very long time, usually to the point where the profits are already gone. Usually bluezilla launchpads are also quite expensive, and they have done some sketchy stuff in the past. Regardless, they have had quite some successes, and obviously they are a very big company with lots of launchpads. As always, they are also an incubator, and as always, bluezilla style, they don't have any form of team doxed on the website. They simply say, we're bluezilla, but again, they don't specify what people from bluezilla are actually working on this project. Who is behind this? Who's the leader of this launchpad? That is important. Bluezilla is a massive company with lots of launchpads. Just telling me that you guys are from bluezilla, it doesn't give the necessary information. So keep that in mind, you guys. Just because it's a big company, it doesn't always make for large returns. Before I move forward, of course, I'm not a financial advisor, so always make sure to do your own research before investing in anything. Okay, now here are the key features. Now, some interesting things might be listed in here. We're seeing deflationary tokenomics, tiered allocation system, high quality projects, and a bluezilla ecosystem. Okay, I misjudged that. There's nothing interesting in there. Let's see. Distribution of sell fees. 7.5% of the fees will be rewarded to stakers in VLX. 2.5% will be burned forever. Early on staking fees. There will also be an option to unstake early. This will apply 25% burn fee, which is very, very high. Obviously, bluezilla launchpads always do this. They always give the opportunity to unstake early, but at the cost of a very big fee. Paying a 25% fee will, in most cases, burn your entire profit, or at least most of it. So that's not really worth it. Ultra low initial market cap. Now this is also a thing bluezilla does all the time. We're seeing market caps from anywhere between 55,000 to 160,000, and this launchpad has an initial market cap of 130k indeed, which of course is very good for its investors. It means that there is a large potential. Now, how to participate? The IDO will be performed on BSCpad, ETHpad, KCCpad, and Trumpad. Very interesting. So this is the actual IDOs are not going to be done on Velaspad. They will be done on BSCpad, ETHpad, and KCCpad, and Tronpad. Follow our Telegram for the latest information on where to participate. Additionally, to participate in the IDO, users must have completed the KYC and be staked on the pad you are participating on at least 3 hours before the IDO begins. You will have to follow them on Telegram to stay up to date with where the projects are actually going to be launching, and KYC will be required, meaning people from the United States will likely not be able to participate, including several other countries where the same laws apply. Now, here we see the IDO and token information. The public price is actually less than a cent, and maximum supply is 1 billion. That's pretty straightforward. Supply at listing is 28.2 billion, and initial market cap, like said before, is quite low at just 141,000 US dollars. Moving over to the tokenomics. Now, here's where it gets a bit interesting. We're seeing 7.2%. Now, it doesn't say what this is. I'm assuming we're talking about APY, but I'm not sure. They don't specify what this is. So, oh, public sale. That's a weird UI choice, to put it like that. Okay. Very odd choice. We're seeing the ecosystem at 17%, very large. Obviously, they have a lot of pride in the fact that this is bluezilla, and they put a lot of their money into bluezilla. So that is part of the reason why we're seeing such a large 17% for the ecosystem. 12% for the team, also classic bluezilla. If you look closely, all of the bluezilla launchpads have tokenomics very much like each other. They really look a lot like each other. So 12% for the team, that's quite low. 6% for the advisors is average, so that is fine. They have 6% in reserve and 16% staking, and only a 0.8% airdrop. Now, average, of course, is 1%, so to see them going below that average is interesting. I wouldn't be able to give you guys a reason as to why they decided to do this, but there you go. And then, of course, they talk more about how this is a bluezilla launchpad, yada yada. The incubator program, that's always there on bluezilla, so that it comes as no surprise to me. And here are the the benefits that you will get being in the incubator program of bluezilla. Basically, again, this is always the same stuff with bluezilla. Access to their legal team, expert tokenomic design, all of those things. They literally just copy paste. You can go to any bluezilla launchpad and they will say the same thing, which is one of my biggest annoyances personally with bluezilla. It's because it's always the same. It doesn't feel creative. You can be one company and have multiple different launchpads with their own identities, their own team, and their own unique systems. But for bluezilla, it really just feels like they make launchpads with the just for different chains, and that is it. And yeah, it doesn't feel unique. Regardless, I would like to point out that I really do like the UI design of the website so far. It's very user friendly and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. So that is definitely something I would like to say. Here you can apply for the incubator, and that's the end of the website. Over here we have the dashboard, again as well, very much the same with all the bluezilla launchpads. Here you can stake and you get a little bit of information. There are 5.6 thousand stakers. Here you see all of the Velaspad that is staked right now. The APY, which is 3.14%. Here you can see how much you have staked and your rewards. Obviously, you will need to have connected your wallet in order to see that, but I haven't staked in this launchpad, so for me it will be 0 regardless. And here we can actually see the checkpoint. So this is basically what you have to do to get started to stake on this launchpad and to participate in the IDOs. You have to connect your MetaMask, Velaspad available to deposit. So first you have to buy the coins on an exchange and then deposit them after you have connected your MetaMask. Velas available in the wallet. VOX is required to pay transaction fees on Velas network. So you need to have a VOX balance, of course, and eligible to stake. You cannot stake if you have an active VOX patch on 6/withdraw request. Of course, this also includes having done your KYC. And once all of that is done, you will be good to go and you can start staking. Now over here, they actually have a bridge where you can actually go ahead and get your coins on the exchange. Again, you will have to connect your wallet, and here through the Binance Smart Chain, you will be able to get your Velas coins. So that is all integrated into the website, which is very nice if you want to get your coins and get started with staking. As for the coin, it is right now going for 2 cents. And if we take a look at the tiers, that will be, where is the tiers? The tiers are over here. We actually went past that just now, but it's fine because I wanted to take my time for it anyways. If we go over to the tiers, we can have a little bit of a price prediction. So 1 token is 2 cents. So that would be 2 cents times, let's see, 20,000. And that would be for the first tier. So, wow, okay, $400 for the first tier. That is crazy. Now, of course, we have to understand that there is no lottery tier, right? The first tier here on Velaspad is immediately a guaranteed allocation tier with a decently strong pool weight of 10. So on that side, fair enough, right? You're not paying for a lottery tier, you're paying for a guaranteed allocation, but then still $400 is very, very big. And obviously, as a first tier, $400 is super, super expensive, especially considering that we are in a bear market and Velaspad doesn't even have any projects upcoming. So very expensive first tier. Another thing that what I would like to point out is that the whitelisted requirements for this tier and the second tier as well, Orion, require you to like the Twitter, comment, and retweet. So despite you paying 400, or for the second tier, I believe that would be something along the lines of $750 or $800, despite paying that amount, you will still have to tweet and do all of those things you would expect for a first lottery tier. So very interesting decision here. Very difficult to get into the project and then also having to do this. Yikes. Now, the most expensive tier is 200,000. Here you will not have whitelisted requirements and you will have a private allocation with a 125 pool. If we go over to the calculator, we will see that 200,000 times 2 cents will be 4,000. So the most expensive tier is 4,000 and the cheapest one is 400. So a overall very expensive Launchpad. Yeah, the highest tier isn't that large for a highest tier, but it is still a pretty big one. So very expensive overall. And yeah, just an interesting one. Now you guys can do your own calculations for the rest of the tokens, of course, if you are interested. Now, for the rest, they do also have a Medium. They're quite active on their social media, actually. On their Medium, you can read up on a lot of stuff. They are not active at all. Their last articles were around 2021. No, sorry. Their last articles were around April 14th. They were a lot more active in 2021, but it kind of slowed down. Bear market, of course, but yeah, still weird. Whatever, they have a bunch of articles here. For instance, they have one on the Meta frame, which I suppose was one of their upcoming projects. They did one at the 15th of April. It's worth pointing out, however, if we move over to the homepage again, not the homepage actually, here, the dashboard, and then to projects, we're seeing that there are no open projects, no projects coming soon. So right now there's nothing going on whatsoever, which is bad for a Launchpad. I mean, if you don't have anything going on right now, okay, we're in a bear market. But you also don't have anything coming up. So how can you justify people paying $400 for the first tier if there's no projects? Now, again, it's a bear market, so we can understand this, right? Launchpads are having a difficult time, but it is still worth pointing out. If we look at their prior projects, however, we do see some good successes. WeWay is a very popular IDO that did amazingly. They were listed on many other launchpads and on almost every single launchpad, and it was a very successful project. Also here, they fully 100% completed all of the progress. They also did some other IDOs such as Verve, Velarado, Ada Land. Oh, I also know this one actually. In my it did go pretty well too. And here, of course, we have MetaFame. They did this quite recently. This was over in April. We see Tidex, MetaVPad, and if we click, let's say, on WeWay, we do get some extra information, but not a whole lot. I suppose we should connect our wallet real quick. So I'm going to do that, see if any extra information will become available. Okay, so I couldn't get much more information really, but I can already assure you that WeWay was a good IDO that did very well. And looking at their progress, we can see that they are finishing at least all of their, all of their projects. So overall, looking pretty good. Of course, the fact that they don't have anything right now and they don't have anything upcoming, that's a big red flag. But looking at their prior projects, we do see some successes, so I suppose there's that. Now, moving over to their social media. There's so many people that think, oh, that it's not important. Trust me, you guys. It is, especially with a Launchpad that doesn't provide a roadmap, doesn't provide a white paper, and doesn't provide a doxed team. Then you don't really have much of a choice of looking into other things, such as their Twitter and the community sentiment. So, they have a lot of followers, 162,000, which makes sense. Velaspad is very popular, and bluezilla is one of the market leaders in Launchpads. Now, their pinned comment was from February the 13th, and it had quite some likes. For the most part, just like any other bluezilla launchpad, they mainly retweet because they retweet basically everything from bluezilla and the other launchpads. Their last actual tweet was quite early, that was June the 15th, and it was about their IDO Tidex. They don't have an awful lot of interaction, as you can see right here, but let's see about the community sentiment. I already warned you guys, it is not that positive. Are you sure Velaspad still can't claim? Do you know? And Tidex's stupid website is not working. We can't find the Tidex contract. And then here is someone saying that they have the same issue. Another comment. Velaspad, why are you not releasing our TDX tokens? Please, this is ridiculous. Polypad has already released theirs. Don't get greedy. You have already upgraded your tier system and now you're holding out. So the tier system has apparently been upgraded, if we have to believe this comment, meaning that it used to be probably cheaper. So they raised the prices on their tiers and then proceeded to not give its community the tokens that they needed. Over here, however, they do say, finally, thank you, I apologize, you took way too long, please be on time next time. So eventually they did do it, but they took very, very long, causing anger amongst their community. Now this is on just one tweet. If we move over to other tweets, this is just Tidex spamming the same thing. If we look at any other tweet, we see more people with problems. Here's someone, why don't you show my allocation? Okay, now again, it's Twitter, right? So you should never take it too seriously, right? But when it's again and again and again, people just complaining, it usually means that something is up. Now, as we see over here, for instance, here are retweets from some of their IDOs. The sentiment is much more positive. People are nice. People are hyped. They are interested, right? So we can see that on their IDOs, indicating that their IDOs and their IGOs really aren't that bad and they have good community sentiments. And of course, they're raising a lot of money. But the tweets of the Launchpad itself, you can definitely see that the community of Velaspad isn't happy with the Launchpad and a lot of people referring to it as scams. Another example of this is over here on Coinbase. We see a couple of people here saying, VOXPad, absolute junk. Over here, don't buy this, guys. Shitcoin of bluezilla scammers. And a bunch more comments with some other language that I don't know. This one seems to be positive. Such a massive bluezilla scam again. I've been in this from the start and you have to vest, which means you can't sell when there are gains to be made. Don't fall into these launchpads for bluezilla, they're a scam. So again, the main problem seems to be is that it's so expensive and you have to vest for such a long time that profits are very hard to make. Velaspad also seems to not really be on time with things and they don't have any projects currently going on or coming up. Regardless though, they do have some stuff going for them. A lot of their former projects have performed very well. Their team looks very good. And from what I've heard, the bluezilla incubator program really isn't that bad. So I'm assuming that the Velaspad incubator program isn't that bad either. Looking at the timeline here of the token, we can see a pretty big peak here at $1.5, but as basically every launchpad in the market, it has come down quite a lot, obviously now being at only 2 cents. Alright, you guys, that was a pretty much complete overview of Velaspad. So if you were interested and convinced in this Launchpad, then you can go ahead and get your tokens over here in the app or Uniswap or Gate.io, or you can apply for IDOs. But me personally, and of course I'm not a financial advisor and this is just my own opinion, I feel like this Launchpad has many problems. I am not a very large fan of bluezilla, and I think this Launchpad has to work on its community. It has to earn the trust of the community, stop making mistakes, and in my opinion, lower the prices of the tiers. And of course, they need projects. It is so incredibly important. But yeah, guys, that is it for me. Again, like I said, there are also positive things on the Launchpad. It's not all negative. I love how the website looks, and their prior project seems to, for the most part, have gone very well, showing that they at least know what they're doing. And I mean, yeah, fair enough. bluezilla, they're massive. They have done many Launchpads, so clearly they know a thing or two about how it works. At any rate, you guys, that was it. I'm not going to keep you for any longer, so thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like, join our Discord for exclusive updates and an awesome community to chat with, and then I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, you guys. Ciao, ciao.